N'importe quoi. So here we are again. Welcome to the last of our 2014 previews of ESC Nation TV and ESCNation.com. With me is still Dimi from Dimivision and Tom from, well, Tom again.
Yeah.
Yes. And well, let's see what we have in the bag for them in this last preview show. Let's start immediately with the Irish song, and the song is called Heartbeat, and it's sung by Can-Linn.
Keep your head high above the water. We can make it and break the border. Hold on to my heartbeat, my heartbeat, my heartbeat.
So that was Heartbeat for Ireland, sung by Can-Linn featuring Casey Smith. Guys, what are your opinions about this song? Tom?
It's grey.
It's grey.
Yeah, it's
not great.
Yeah, it's like it's a song that you hear it on the radio. Yeah, and the next song.
Yeah.
I don't say it's bad. It doesn't
float your boat.
No, it doesn't float my boat. It doesn't give any kick.
Yeah. If any Eurovision song would float your boat, this wouldn't be it.
No, because it's. I will forget it when the preview is over.
Yeah. Just keep it in mind for just a bit longer while I talk to Dimi about this song. Dimi, what's your opinion about this song?
I totally agree with Tom.
Yeah.
It's there.
It's there.
It's a bit of a snooze. Some parts of the production I really like. The more electronic parts make me think, just for a split second, and then the really too Irish elements kick in, and then I think, oh, they're trying too hard. And then when I saw the performance in the national final, they spruced it up with some river dance, backing dancers, which totally killed it. It's just a very middle of the road song, which they try to Irish up. You can just hear them think, how can we make this more Irish? Let's add this and that. And it ends up going virtually nowhere for me.
Right. But I think I like the 80s vibe. Yes, I think the melody has an 80s vibe. Do you see it? Do you hear it in the song?
Vaguely.
Early 90s.
Early 90s already.
But very vaguely.
Very vaguely. Well, let's have some points then for the Irish song. For me, it scrapes in just with a 7.
I will give it a 5.
Tom will give it a 5.
I will go along with a 5.
5. So twice a 5 and then once 7. So that was so those were the points for Ireland. Next song in line is Belarus, and they're sending Theo, and he's singing about a cheesecake.
I don't wanna be your 20 hypes today. I'm not gonna be your boyfriend, it's too late. I look over Google Maps trying to escape, cause I'm tired of your sweet cheesecake. I don't wanna be your 20 hypes today. I'm not gonna be your boyfriend, it's too late. I look over Google Maps
It's a bit of an acquired taste.
No.
Why? Why does he sing in English? He should stick it with Russian.
Yeah.
If it would be in Russian, like for me, I went to St. Petersburg and I went out to do in Russian clubs, and they have like this Russian same music with Russian lyrics. I didn't understand a thing, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Now it's bad English with a bad song.
Yeah. Dimi is itching to give his view on this.
I'm not really itching because I don't want to waste a lot of breath on this cheesecake. First of all, let's start with a positive note.
Yeah.
I love the fact that it has Dirty Dancing references in the lyrics. Patrick Swayze, Jennifer Grey, which is about the only redeeming feature of this entry. It's a poor man's Justin Timberlake song. It's a poor man's Justin Timberlake. I don't like cheesecake. I don't like this cheesecake. And to me, it's just a very big no, thank you.
No, thank you. A no-go zone. Do you think that he's riding on the current wave of this Robin Thicke kind of music?
Yeah, probably, but it's...
Does it work? Did it
It
pull it
doesn't
off?
work. No. Romantic is a one-hit thing, and there it stops.
Yeah. Well, let's have some points for the Belarus song then.
I can't give a 1 because I gave my 1 to Georgia, so I gave 2 for this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it 3 for the Dirty Dancing references.
Why am I doubling all your points all the way? I'm giving him 5 because I think it's you know it has its clunkiness is its charm.
You're just too sweet.
I'm too generous. Too much sugar in the cheesecake. That's what. Anyway, so next country, it's song number 11 already, and the song is called "To the Sky" for Macedonia, and it's sung by Tijana or Tiana.
Where do we go now? To the sky, you and I, beautiful. Where do we go now? To the stars, shine so bright into the sky.
You liked your glasses, didn't you?
Yeah, but I've got a thing for funky glasses.
Funky glasses.
So-
Is there anything else you liked in this song?
Not particularly.
Nice break.
Yeah, I don't know where to start. It sounds like a cheap David Guetta rip-off to me. It doesn't really go anywhere. It's really a lot of repetition in what's only a 3-minute song. The cheap rhyming doesn't really do it for me. I can see where they're trying to go, and if it has a great stage show and lots of lighting effect, I can see it coming across as rather effective, but as a song, this is simply nowhere for me.
No. And you agree, Tom? Tom agrees with everything.
It's like
Why bother?
it's like I don't want to say anything about this because I don't like it. It's the same song that you hear on everywhere.
Well, yeah, but there's a certain kind of mainstream pop music, and
Yeah,
people
but-
tap into that.
it's like mainstream pop music gone bad.
Gone bad. Yeah.
It's like like David Guetta is popular. Let's make a song like that and hope it will work. But it doesn't work.
I always forget that I like it when I hear it, but I never would go to this song if I go in the lineup this year and say, "Oh, this is one of my favorite songs." Dimi, is that?
Do you really like it, or do you just don't mind it?
That's a good point. I think it's maybe a bit too long as well. I think they could have cut 30 seconds off quite easily.
But you only have 3 minutes, and then you think it's too long. Then something really is wrong
Yeah.
with the song.
Well, I don't know. I think
And she, as a performer, she's really, really charmless. I mean, she could pass for a better drag than Conchita Wurst. She looked like a man. She sounded like a man. Must be a man.
but she is Tiana.
She's Diana from Macedonia.
There is only one Tiana from Macedonia. All right. So then, if you guys are if you don't have anything to add, let's have some points for the Macedonian song.
I give it a 4.
4.
I concur.
4, another 4.
Four.
I scrape in with just about a 7. That's a bit. So I try to be strict, but apparently I'm not strict enough. Anyway, next country to be reviewed is Switzerland, and the song is called "Hunter of Stars," and the singer is Sebalter.
Want me to go? Want me to go? 'Cause I think I'm lying. 'Cause I think I'm lying. No, open the door. 'Cause tonight I cannot go. Hunting for stars, no, no.
It's a nice song, I think, but maybe opinions may be different here.
No, I really, really like it.
You really like
Yeah, I
it?
think it's very catchy. Sometimes it kind of reminds me of a happy version of Travis, so that's a very good reference in my ears. I've got one huge problem with this. The fact that we have free language rules means that you can sing in any language you want. You don't have to sing it in English if your English is not up to scratch. Which means, dear Sebalter, please sing in Italian because you just can't figure out what, for the life of me, what this is about.
Yeah.
Luckily, the melody, the happiness of the song,
Yeah,
the
it's
very
simple.
catchy whistle makes up for a lot of it. He's very cute, which doesn't hurt either. So all in all, I really, really do like it, but he really should switch languages.
That's what you said as well.
Yeah, it's. I don't know how it would sound in Italian, but maybe you should try it because the English is very, very bad.
And do you like the melody of it?
Yeah, the melody is nice. It's catchy. It's a nice pop song. So
If you compare this, well, I think you could compare it to Malta, which is in the start of the semi. Which one of the two would you prefer then?
I might even prefer this one to
Yeah.
the Malta one.
I agree.
Yeah, if you put them next to each other, this one it's more happy,
Cheerful.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, but I think on a whole, perhaps the European public might rather go for Malta because it kind of fits together just a bit more, just a bit better.
Mm-hmm.
But I really, really hope if it comes to choosing between the two, people will go for Switzerland because this just makes me smile, and
Yeah.
that's what you want in a song. It touches you, and this one just makes me smile, makes me happy.
Okay, let's have some votes on for the Swiss song.
I'm gonna go for a happy 7.
Okay, I'm gonna give a 7 as well. A decent 7 this time.
I give it an 8.
And 8 from Tom. So that's the points for the Swiss song, Hunter of Stars. Another song, of course another song. Next song is Greece, and they're sending Freaky Fortune featuring Risky Kid. Oh yeah. And the song is called Rise Up.
Come on and rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up,
I think it's upbeat and nice actually. I don't know what you guys think.
Yes, you do.
Just keeping up appearances here.
Look at our
He was
faces.
vomiting all over. Spewing their bile.
You wanna go first?
You want to spew your bile first?
Just because a song has rap in it doesn't mean it's good. It's just because a song has a beat in it doesn't mean it's good. Yeah, it's bad. It's nothing more I can say. I can imagine it would work at a live stage on a beach somewhere in Greece or on a after ski party in Switzerland or so. But
You don't see it.
I don't see it.
Alright. Dimi, do you see it?
No,
You don't see it.
no, I really don't. This is neither freaky nor risky. It sounds very one-dimensional in my ears. It sounds like a producer's trick, which they put on repeat for 3 minutes. It really doesn't do anything for me. I can imagine that it brings a bit of atmosphere. I'm curious to see how they will pull it off live and how people will react to it. But for me, this is way too cheap.
Too cheap?
Yeah, it doesn't rattle my boots at all. No.
Well, I think it could be a good show, and it's Greece, so they always seem to be able to make a good stage show of it. So
Yeah, but in this setting, it doesn't work. It's like if you would have like 10 bands like that, okay, it's good, but I don't know, who cares about it?
all right, let's get some points on that. I think they deserve a 6 for me. I think it's nice.
3.
A 3.
I agree.
A 3 again. I'm doubling the points. I don't know what happens here, but that was anyway Risky Kid. For Freaky Fortune rather, featuring Risky Kid with their song for Greece. Next song is Slovenia, and they're sending Tinkala Kovac with the song Round and Round.
You don't know you don't know, is it love, is it hate? What are you changing? What are you doing? You don't know you don't, what kind of feeling inside? Feel the rules
So that was Slovenia with their song Round and Round, and that was sung by Tinkara Kovac. Guys, Slovenia, what are the opinions here?
Round and Round is a very apt title. It goes round and round in circles and just makes me want to fall asleep.
Yeah.
I think it's a very charmless song. This kind of mid-tempo ballad is really setting the charts on fire everywhere in the world, but this one is really a bleak version. She's utterly charmless, and the one thing that bothers me the most is the forced integration of the flute. I mean, we all know you're playbacking. Don't try and convince us otherwise. If you're going to do it really, really convincingly, like Alexander Rybak. But this is just
snooze fest, Tom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was falling asleep.
yeah. We had to push him away. So it was
it was a nightmare.
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
Yeah. No, but it doesn't. It reminds me of Hodehroni, also a bit, which I particularly don't like. It's a bit disingenuous. I think it's not really authentic at all.
It's a bit generic.
Generic.
Yeah. It's like we have this big bowl of songs and oh yeah, it's a song. It's the same song. It's the next same song.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Doesn't do anything for
It
you.
doesn't grab you. No.
No. It's the penultimate song in this semi-final. Do you think they will qualify because of their running order?
Well, they've got a couple of friends in this semi, like Germany and Austria, so perhaps they'll score a couple of points. Yes, they're way at the back, and it's a small semi-final, and the competition isn't really stellar, so they might scrape through, but I don't see this rattling a lot of cages around Europe, I have to say.
No, it's too bad.
Too bad. Alright, let's have some points for the Slovenian song then. I'm gonna give a 4.
I'm gonna give the 3.
2 for Tom. So that's very harsh points for Slovenia there. On to the last song of the semi-final, and then we'll have, of course, the final 2 songs already in the final. Romania is sending Paula, Selling and Ovi again. They took part in 2010 with their song Playing with Fire. This time they're singing about a miracle.
It's a miracle. It's a miracle. I can see it now.
Was it a miracle for you guys?
No,
No?
it's like overproduced, boring song. It's like it takes a bit of everything and it makes it into a song, but it's not a miracle.
No. Do you mean not a miracle for you either?
It's calculated down to the T, it's sterile, it doesn't have... You know, the song in 2010, which... what made it fun was that it was so over the top that it was cool again. Mm-hmm. This wants to have the same effect, but it really doesn't get there. It's like you said, it's taking a piece of song A, mix it with a piece of song B, then throw it into the synthesizer mix, and boom, we have a miracle, but not really.
Not really.
What bothers me as well is they're just standing there, they're not really selling it. They're not really singing with each other, they're singing against each other.
Next to each other.
Yeah, it all feels very cold and calculated, and it doesn't do a thing for me.
Yeah. Would you dance to it, Tom?
If I'm really drunk.
Really drunk. So we need to get some more alcohol for Tom. Stats. No, but it's their second time that they're taking part. Is that a good idea in general for Eurovision songs, Dimi?
Well, I think we have several examples.
There's a large graveyard of artists taking part for a second time.
Well, you have a couple of artists who did rather well, like Linda Martin, but
Yes.
that's already 22 years ago.
Yes.
Um,
And her last stellar performance was during the Irish national final. of course.
yes, but that was solid gold.
Yes.
Then you have the likes of Caruola, who did very well, and then you have Dana International, who really sank to the bottom. And
Yeah.
I think, this will probably qualify because the competition in this semi-final is just really makes me want to cry. But then in the final, this lacks a little je ne sais quoi to really pull it off, I think.
Personality, maybe?
It probably.
A lot of things,
Yes.
I'd say.
I'm just wondering if there's no other artist in Romania who is better than this.
Well, they
Probably.
They can only send one artist each year, so probably there is.
Yeah, but
All right. Let's get some
Why?
points. Get some
why?
some points for the Romanian song. Then I'm gonna give it 7.
3.
3.
2.
2. All right. Again, I'm the most generous person. I don't know. Anyway,
You're
that
so
was.
nice.
I'm so nice.
You're so nice.
I'm so nice. Right. So that was the last one of the second semi-final. We'll discuss all of them at the end of the show. But we're moving on to Italy, and they're sending Emma Marrone, and her song is called La mia città.
Corro, corro avanti e torno indietro, scappo, voglio, prendo il treno, stringo forte il tuo respiro e penso a me che non ho un freno, spingo forte, non ti devo.
For Italy, what are you thinking, Tom?
I'm glad she sings in Italian.
You're glad she sings in Italian.
Yeah, if it would be in English, it would be whatever. Now it's in Italian. I don't understand it, but it's nice to hear. But that's all I can say about it.
Dimi, you're awfully quiet.
And you say that like it's a bad thing.
Well, it's a special occasion. I feel.
I like it. I really
like
do.
it?
Yeah. I like the production. It's got balls to it. Which to me is a very welcome atmosphere in this broadcast. In this show. I like the fuck you attitude. I could have done with a bit of a better hook in the chorus, because now it kicks in a bit too late, I feel. But at the same time, that's what draws me in, because it's intriguing. I've seen the live performance in the German final, which I thought was really below par on every single parameter.
It was a good exercise for them to see if she could pull it off live, and they were nowhere near ready at that point, I think.
No, but perhaps she was just playing with us and just keeping all of her professional attitude for Copenhagen, because she won Sanremo, so I presume there is something there. I can see it in the video. It's very professionally produced, so I think there is a genuine artist there. But
it's a nice song, but if it would be in English, it doesn't say anything.
No. But it's not in Italian, so
It's Italian.
so you appreciate it more.
I appreciate it more because it's in Italian. Because
it feels like a giant middle finger, and I can appreciate it for that attitude.
Yeah.
Isn't it too shouty though? It's quite shouty as a song. But I'm gonna ask Tom first.
It's quite shouty, but as nowadays, it's if you want to be an artist, you have to be shouty to stand out.
I think it's got a certain power to it.
Yeah.
It feels like Pink, which I think is a good reference in this case. Yeah, she's got balls. I can appreciate that.
For me, it's again also the song is a bit too long. I think 15 seconds less could have been helped it, maybe.
Not for me.
Not for you.
No.
Let's have the points for the Italian song then. Look for my.
A ballsy 8.
I give it a 7.
I give it a solid 8 as well. All right, that was that were the points for the Italian song, and on to our last song of this year's Eurovision previews, and that's the United Kingdom, and they're sending Molly, and her song is called Children of the Universe.
Children of the universe, don't you know? Just dancing on the edge of time, it's ours to own.
That was Molly with the song Children of the Universe, the final song of this year's ESC Nation previews, and well, the final review, the final opinion coming to us from Dimi, maybe?
I'm not a very big fan of this, I have to say. I'm very happy they didn't go for some retired old star from the 60s, 50s or 40s.
Yes.
So I'm happy they're giving new talent a chance, but that new talent doesn't seem to showcast her own talent. It feels too... especially written for Eurovision, which makes it a bit generic for me. The love, peace, world peace theme of the lyrics, Children of the Universe, power to the people, shoot me now. We've had it way too many times to ever convince me ever again. The melody starts and stops way too many times for my liking, and it feels like it's just a blend of 3 different songs. It doesn't really grab me, and it doesn't somehow fit together for me. No is the only word I can think of. How about you, Tom?
How about me? It's a song that's almost 2.5 minutes too long.
Yes, but which part do you like then?
The ending?
The end. No, I can see why people are happy. It's like, okay, it's a break and then we are happy, joy. But no.
I don't know.
If I would say power to the people, I would say power to the people. I would say a shout out, right fist in the air, and big ass communism stuff.
Yeah.
But no.
Not this way.
Not this way.
Apparently she was quite limited in what subjects she could write about. She had some guidelines, and that's what you're picking up upon. Maybe
She had guidelines?
she had guidelines to what she could write and not write.
Why does she participate then?
I think they want to give a new talent a chance, and she took it.
Oh, and by the way, she scored a record deal with Warner.
Okay, that's why. That's the only reason why you can
That's
imagine
the
that
only
she wants to go to Eurovision. I can imagine she having success with other songs, but not with this song.
They really gave her guidelines? I
gave her
didn't even
guidelines.
know that.
No, they keep.
So they ordered her to write about world peace, basically.
Well, no, probably, but they said keep it with this and with this and this and this. Maybe. Yeah.
Why do you give guidelines to an artist?
Indeed.
Well, maybe we should get some points from you guys.
If there were guidelines, I gave a 3 for the guidelines.
Yes.
This is bullshit.
Or you make him lose 9 points for the guidelines.
I'll make him lose 9 points for the guidelines. Otherwise, that would be a solid 12 for a minute.
I give it a 4 for vocal performance.
Are you saying? Yeah, 4.
4?
And I'll of course I'm adding up again. That's 7 points for me for the UK song. All right, guys, we've had all the songs now, and there's one head and shoulders above in this semi, and that's Norway. Carl Espen, Silent Storm. Is that a surprise?
In this semi, it isn't a surprise.
No.
It's by far, for me, the song that stands out for me.
Yeah. Dimi, for you as well?
It stands out next to Israel, of course,
Yeah.
and I don't think there could be 2 songs more different from one another. But that kind of sums up my musical taste, I am afraid. So I really like them both, and it's no surprise that Norway does so well, and I think they might do just as well come May.
They are also the highest scores if you watch if you look over all our previous shows. Then they're ending with a solid 30 points. Do you think this is a good year?
No.
No, you don't think so?
No. There are way too many beige songs that don't do anything for me. There are very few songs that I'm really in love with, and for me, music is all about touching the heart, taking you on a journey, whether it is very emotional or just going crazy to party. It has to do something with you, and a lot of the songs in this year's lineup are just not up to par.
Yeah.
So I'm not very keen on 2014, I have to say. But the songs I do like, I really like. So I'm happy there are at least a couple of songs to remember this year.
Tom, your frame of reference, of course, is what you've seen in previous years. I think if you've seen them, or what you think you remember of them. So what do you think of the songs you've heard tonight? And the previous show, of course.
If I would be honest, I will forget this year.
Yeah.
Because I've seen these songs in this semi, and it's like there's not really a song I would remember next year. Even Norway, even for me, if they win, I will remember it. But if you ask me next year, if he hasn't won, I will probably Norway. No.
You may remember Conchita Wurst though.
Yeah, but
for the wrong reasons.
For the wrong reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the main problem that I have with Conchita Wurst.
All right. Well, there's one thing I've left to do, and that's to thank you guys for lending your time and your ear and your opinions for these previous shows. And thank you for watching us, and we'll see you soon on another preview shows. Bye.
Bye.
That was it. See you next year in Oslo.